guys, so today we are going to look at the final August budget. Now this is kind of a big deal for the reasons that we definitely did a lot of spending. I definitely did a lot of spending. We together went out to eat several times as a group, as a family, to kind of be with other people and socialize a little bit more than we normally do. We definitely spent more than normal. I was prepping for going back to work, going back to daycare, or going to daycare for the first time, and therefore my spending was a little high. And you guys will see there was a lot, and I do mean a lot, of spending in groceries. And the main reason for that, just as an explanation, which I will mention again, but I did a lot of freezer meals. We have about 20 freezer meals sitting in the freezer, and then we have quite a few like pizza rolls, frozen pizzas that I didn't make but purchased. So theirs is a lot of meals prepped and ready to go, in addition to sandwiches and things like that I haven't prepped, but I've frozen the meats and things like that. So we should have meals for a while. My goal moving forward is to buy 1 or 2 meals to make every single month and double them, so I can have meals going actively into the freezer and meals actively being made fresh, while also enjoying the freezer meals and having plenty in there as a backup. So that is kind of my goal moving forward. So hopefully this is kind of like the really big run of freezer meals, and I'm hoping that maybe only have to do this every 6 months, where I just kind of do a really big restock and do everything like that, and then over the rest of the time I can just slowly purchase a meal or 2 a month to freeze. So let's go ahead and get into the August budget and see where we ended up.
Okay, so first let's look at August income. So August is the final month that I was on my maternity leave. So our income ended up being, well, if I actually recorded it appropriately. There we go. So our income is $6,769.25. Then we had reimbursements. So my grandma paid me back for everything. Rance got his paychecks reimbursed, or everything reimbursed there. And then other, we had $99.44 due. That's due to a cash thing, and you'll see it disappear in September. Giving, so we had gifts of $171.52. This was baptism, food, our daughter got baptized, then we had baby shower, weddings, things like that, and then we had church as well. Then we paid our escrow, electricity, water, internet, my phone bill, and then for pet care we did have a food charge of $52.93. For gas, we can adjust this. I am super excited about this. So this is $137.61 is all we used on gas, and maintenance is a fund, so we won't touch that. Then we have food. For restaurants, we did $98.21, and groceries, we planned $500. I did do a big grocery shop here. This particular purchase was me trying to do some meal prepping in the freezer. I believe I got 12 meals in the freezer, along with some just snacky foods for when I went back to the office. I had kind of cleaned out my drawer that had snacks in it and things like that, and then I wanted some snacks here. As I am still breastfeeding, I tend to need more kind of snack foods throughout the day, so that kind of entails that. Entertainment, so this extra money from the entertainment fund, you will see that kind of below as I was moving some money around, and then $50 for Rance's entertainment. Clothing, we had $400 go into clothing, and we did spend a good chunk of money. So I am in a wedding, so I had some dress stuff to do. I spent some money on my husband's shoes, and then Everly is growing very quickly, so we needed some clothes there. Hair and beauty was nothing. Household maintenance is $100. Investments, Spotify and Hulu, and nothing for yearly subscriptions. For medical, we did have my insurance benefits card. Both me and Everly are going to the chiropractor pretty regularly. I did go once a month, and then Everly went pretty consistently as we were trying to get her lined out. She had a lot of gas and issues, and if you guys don't know, at least for us and several other people around us, the chiropractor did wonders for her. For medicals, we moved some money to house maintenance just because we didn't need the extra money like we thought we did. Whoops. And then my husband got something from Walmart, and then I had my postnatal. For insurance, with the new van comes new car tags, and this is through October of next year. As I went in August and they needed renewed in October, I just went ahead and got the following year done as well. And that leaves debt. So we paid our mortgage, and then for our car, there's nothing in here, but I did get some money from my dad for my car, and you'll see here I paid back my grandma. So my grandma had her checkbook. Ours were not accessible at the time, so my grandma wrote the check for the car, and then we paid her back. And this was not all of it. Like I said, we owe my dad some money as well. Then we have $500 in technology, just over $4,000 in house, and of course our $15,000 emergency fund, which means for savings in car, we can put some in house, which is going to be $64.18 there. So that is what our August budget looks like. Pretty excited about that. Definitely would love to bring down our costs even more as much as we can, but it is what it is.
Okay, so there you guys go. That is my August budget. Now, as you can see, obviously I didn't get paid for the last half of the month due to I really shouldn't have been paid that most of the maternity leave, but I was, and I did let my company know. They let me keep the money and just said that they had corrected the issue, and moving forward I was not going to be paid, which I completely understand, and to be honest, I would have given the money back had they have requested it. Like I said, I told them that we could pay them back the money, and I had the funds set aside. So if we needed to, I definitely could have paid them back, but they have allowed me to keep the money, which I am beyond grateful for, because that did allow us to kind of put that extra income to cars and to other things and just kind of get a little farther ahead than we would have been had we not received that money. And then the other thing is, obviously this is the last month that I was home, so it was bittersweet for sure, and I've enjoyed being home. I definitely realize now that if I was to be home more often, I would need to, number one, look into more free activities such as the library and things like that. And number two, I would need to be more comfortable being home and having activities. Now that my daughter is almost 3 months old, I have gotten into a routine of sorts. So that routine does help somewhat to keep me from purchasing things. But online shopping, while I'm sitting there pumping for 30 minutes every 3 hours, there's a lot of time for me to look at the phone, look at what's out there and purchase stuff. And then also just the automatic response when I see something Everly needs is to purchase it. So I definitely would have to overcome that. I think being back at work will definitely curb that quite a bit, because I'm just not going to have the amount of time to look online or to see what she needs. I'm definitely going to be relying on my time with her that I do have, and then the daycare's expertise on what she actually needs. And then just learning these first few months what she actually needs and what she actually doesn't, to go forward and to not purchase as much stuff. That being said, there is stuff that I wasn't prepared for being a first-time mom, so some of those purchases were actually necessary, and going forward I won't need them with a second, third kid, so on, however many we decide to have, because I have already purchased them, or I know better not to purchase them if we didn't need them. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!